Welcome to this explainer. Let's be real for a second. If you've ever stared down a massive, looming pile of assigned reading and felt this wave of pure, unadulterated panic just wash over you, you are definitely not alone. Whether you're a full-time student or honestly just someone who is constantly buried under a mountain of information, that overwhelming feeling, yeah, it's universally dreaded. But today, we're going to explore something called the intelligent scholar approach. This is a highly strategic way to use artificial intelligence to completely flip your study habits, conquer those ridiculously heavy academic workloads, and maybe, just maybe, actually get your weekends back. So think about those heavy reading assignments for a minute. Are they trapping you in a frustrating cycle of passive consumption? You know the exact feeling I'm talking about. You sit down, you crack open a dense chapter, and you just start reading from word one. 30 minutes later, your eyes have completely glazed over, you hit the bottom of the page, and you suddenly realize you haven't absorbed a single thing. It's like you're basically praying the information will somehow just osmosis its way into your brain. When you're facing a mountain of texts, this kind of aimless approach doesn't just eat up hours of your life. It traps you in a cycle where you're putting in maximum effort, but getting absolute minimum retention. Well, this is exactly where the concept of a preparatory guide comes into play, and it's the foundational strategy behind the whole intelligent scholar approach. Just imagine the massive cognitive relief of actually knowing what's coming. Instead of painfully discovering core concepts as you slog through a dense document, you use digital AI tools to distill that absolute beast into a manageable summary before you read a single paragraph. The AI effectively acts as your scout. It goes in first, it clears the brush, and it preps your brain so you know exactly what matters. You're mapping out the terrain before you even put your hiking boots on. And this creates a complete paradigm shift in how you learn. On one hand, you've got that old, painful, passive consumption, just wandering aimlessly through a text, hacking through the weeds, hoping you eventually stumble onto the main point. But by embracing an engaged study method that's powered by AI, you flip that dynamic entirely. Because you've already identified those core concepts in advance, you're no longer wandering aimlessly. You approach the material with direction, with purpose, and total engagement from the very first minute you sit down. Your brain is essentially primed to recognize the important stuff because, well, it already knows exactly what it's looking for. Okay, let's bring this down to earth and look at a concrete example to see this in action and really see how much cognitive relief this actually provides. Imagine a student named Maya who just got hit with a daunting, totally intimidating 10-page chapter. Instead of diving right into the deep end and just hoping she doesn't drown, she takes a breath. She runs that text through a digital tool like Notion AI or maybe Cloflow. From there, she leverages the AI to extract the key terms and, get this, even generate potential practice exam questions. She takes a terrifying wall of text and strategically processes it into a clear, manageable roadmap. And the results? Absolutely game-changing. By doing this, Maya takes that massive, overwhelming document and transforms it into a targeted, highly actionable checklist. Think about how much anxiety that instantly neutralizes. Before she even begins her deep reading, she already has the key concepts mapped out. She already knows what questions might actually pop up on the exam, and because she has all this information right up front, she can focus her energy on the absolute most important parts first. She's completely removed the intimidation factor and replaced it with a crystal clear understanding of exactly what she needs to master. Now, here is the absolute crucial takeaway. Maya didn't let the AI read for her, not at all. She used it to highlight what to look for, turning passive reading into active preparation. Let's be clear, AI is not some magic shortcut designed to let you skip your homework, and it certainly isn't doing the intellectual heavy lifting for you. What it is a tremendously powerful spotlight. It shines a beam exactly where you need to focus your attention, making your actual study time incredibly targeted, efficient, and honestly a lot less miserable. Which brings us to a vital rule of the intelligent scholar approach. AI is a guide, it is not a total replacement for critical reading. It handles the heavy lifting of organizing the material, sure, but your human brain still has to do the actual understanding. The AI distills the lengthy document so you know the lay of the land, but you still have to dive into the text, engage deeply with those concepts, and do the complex critical thinking required to truly learn. You're working much, much smarter, but you are never sacrificing the depth of a true education. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a challenge for your very next reading assignment. Will you remain a passive consumer of text, or will you leverage AI to become an intelligent scholar? You now know that these digital tools are out there, ready to distill lengthy texts, extract practice questions, and turn aimless, exhausting reading into a highly engaged strategy. The path to mastering your academic productivity and finally conquering those heavy workloads is right in front of you. How you choose to study next? Well, that's entirely up to you.